Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft World War II bathtub build tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the USS West Virginia BB-48. The West Virginia was the fourth dreadnought battleship of the Colorado-Class, though because Washington was cancelled. She was the third and final member of the class to be completed. The Colorado-Class proved to be the culmination of standard-type battleship series built for the United States Navy in the 1910s and 1920s. The ships were essentially a repeat of the earlier Tennessee design, but with a significantly more powerful main battery of 8 16-inch or 406mm guns and twin turrets. The West Virginia was built between her keel laying in 1920 and her commissioning in the Navy in 1923. The ship spent the 1920s and 1930s conducting routine training exercises, including the typically annual fleet problems, which provided invaluable experience to the coming war in the Pacific. West Virginia was moored in Battleship Row on the morning of December 7, 1941, when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, bringing the United States into World War II. Badly damaged by torpedoes, the ship sank in the shallow water but was later refloated and extensively rebuilt over the course of 1943 and into mid-1944. She returned to service in time for the Philippines campaign, where she led the American line of battle at the Battle of Zackary Strait on the night of the 24th through 25th of October. There she was one of the few American battleships to use her radar to acquire a target in the darkness, allowing her to engage a Japanese squadron in what was the final action between battleships in naval history. The ship still has some other service here and there throughout the rest of World War II. Eventually, after the war's end, she was deactivated in 1946 and decommissioned in 1947 and assigned to the Pacific Reserve Fleet, where she remained until 1959, when she was sold to the shipbreakers and dismantled. So, yeah, really cool ship, and again, a historic ship in its involvement in Pearl Harbor, where it was sunk and refloated. One of the ships that was severely damaged, but was able to be rebuilt and actually see service in World War II and all that stuff, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, this right here is the 1941 configuration, so this is before her rebuild and refit. So she's basically how she was on the morning of December 7th, 1941, and will go perfectly with our Arizona that we just released a tutorial on not too long ago. So yeah, really cool ship. It's been highly requested from you guys for a long time, so I'm happy to finally deliver on that. But let's go ahead and kind of take a look here and see what we got going on for the ship. So start off with, we have obviously all the front detailing here with the anchor chains and that whole system there. We have the turrets here, and since this was part of a different battle group than the Arizona, it has the black turrets here, which signify that, and it is one of the ships in the line, so it's designated that. I think it was actually one of the lead ships of its line, if I remember correctly. So pretty cool stuff there. We have basically all the conning tower, all the deck guns and stuff, kind of similar to the Arizona in a little bit of a sense, due to the kind of same nature of the battleships around that time. Torpedo belt, all that stuff here along the sides, and rear turrets and all that stuff. A few differences obviously here with, you know, the masts and the hull a little bit here and there, but very similar again to the design of the Arizona. Overall, really nice looking ship, and again, it's going to be, you know, a great addition to your bathtub build fleets. And you can also refit it if you do want to and build the more modernized version, but again, we're just going to stick with the nice 1941 version of the West Virginia. Anyways, let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer number 1. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer, we'll go ahead and start off with layer 1. Now, a quick few things to mention here is that the first about 3.5 layers are going to be done half on camera, half off. What this means is we're building basically the center line of the ship and also the right side, and then it'll be up to you guys to copy the left side over. It's the same on both sides, so it's kind of straightforward. Once we kind of get to those parts, I'll explain a little bit further, but it's really simple and just kind of speeds up the more tedious part, which is building the whole. Once we get the whole build and we get into the superstructure where we start to get more of those intricate details, I'm going to do it all together with you guys, as it makes it a little bit easier for you to follow along at that point. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, if you do want to build this in the water, which I imagine a lot of you guys will want to, you need to make sure that this is the correct depth underwater. So you can see here this line of blue concrete here representing the water level, and you can see here this layer where it sits relative to that. Again, make sure it sits properly in the water. If it's too high, too low, it's obviously not going to look right, and it's going to look really dumb. So again, just make sure you have that all set up and good to go, and you'll be good to get started. So to begin with, we're going to place down a long row of red concrete. This row in total is going to be 37 blocks long, and this is going to be the center line here of the ship. We're going to go ahead and then place down a brick upside down stair here on the back. We're going to skip a space, place down a brick wall, and then 2 red concrete blocks directly after it. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and then move up to the front and start working our way out to the side. So that's the center line. Everything we now do on the right side will be copied over to the left side. We're going to go ahead and go to the 4th and 5th red concrete blocks here. We're going to place down 2 brick walls, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30 red concrete blocks back. We're going to place down a brick upside down stair, and then a brick top slab, followed by an end rod, and then after the end rod, we're going to place down a birchwood slab like so. Going back up to the front, we're going to go ahead and continue to work our way out to the sides. We're going to go to the 5th red concrete block. We're going to place down a brick top slab coming off the side of it. We're going to then place down a brick upside down stair, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 red concrete blocks back, followed by a brick upside down stair, a brick top slab, a end rod. After that end rod, we're going to place down an acacia wood fence gate, and then a birchwood slab just like that. After that's complete, again going up to the front here, we're going to go to the 4th red concrete block here. We're going to place down a brick top slab, followed by a brick upside down stair, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 red concrete blocks back, brick upside down stair, and a brick top slab. And once we have that all finished, we're going to go and take what we do on the right side here, flip it over to the left side, and this is what you should have here for the basis of your ship for layer number 1. So again, this is what it should look like. And again, we want to make sure that it is the correct height, so this should be a block underwater. Anyways, once that's all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 1. Let's move on to layer number 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a concrete block on top of this one, followed by 1, 2, and 3 blocks back, giving you a total of 4. We're going to go and then go to the rear of the ship here. We're going to go ahead and go up from this brick upside down stair, up at an angle here, place down a red concrete block, followed by a second one back, a brick upside down stair, and a brick top slab, and that right there is going to make the center line there of the ship. Once that's done, we're going to then place down 2 brick walls to the sides here, these last 2 red concrete blocks, followed by 1, 2, and 3 red concrete blocks back. Going to the side of the 3rd red concrete block, we're going to place down a brick top slab, and then a brick upside down stair. We also want to place down an acacia wood trapdoor on the side of this red concrete block there. After that, going back from the stair, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 red concrete blocks back, a brick top slab at the side, and then a brick upside down stair. We're going to go ahead and also place down 2 acacia wood trapdoors on these 2 red concrete blocks. After that brick upside down stair, we're going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 red concrete blocks back. We then want to go ahead and go to the 5th red concrete block back, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to place down an acacia wood trapdoor, and we're going to go ahead and go back to the rear here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, and our 5th one. Same thing, and we're going to place down acacia wood trapdoors in the space in between. So you have a line of acacia wood trapdoors like so. After that, we're going to place down a brick upside down stair, followed by a brick top slab, red concrete block on the inside here, followed by 1 and 2 back, brick upside down stair, brick top slab, and then again on the side here the top slab, red concrete block, a second red concrete block, brick upside down stair, and a brick top slab like that to go ahead and finish off the rear there. After that's all complete there, that is going to basically do it for this layer. You're going to take what we did on the right side, copy it over to the left side. You can also choose to fill in the inside here if you want to make it more solid. Completely up to you guys, but we're going to leave it as is right here. But anyways, that's it for layer number 2. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 3. Alright guys, move on to our next layer. We have layer number 3. For layer 3 to begin with, we're going to take our gray concrete. We're going to place down a gray concrete block on top of this red concrete block, followed by 1, 2, and 3 back. And then you have a row of 4 in total, and then a stone brick upside down stair coming off the front there. We then want to place down a skeleton skull on the side here of the second concrete block, and then we're going to place down 1 and 2 stone brick walls back like that. We're going to go then place down a row of 1, 2, 3 gray concrete blocks back, and then coming off the last two, we're going to place down 2 stone brick walls to the side like so. We also want to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of this gray concrete block right here. Going back from the stone brick walls, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 gray concrete blocks, and then 2 stone brick walls on top of these. This brick up sound stair and brick top slab, and then we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors going forward from those, followed by 2 dark oak wood signs, like so. After that, we're going to take our gray concrete, we're going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Gray concrete blocks back. We're going to then go to the sides here. We're going to place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood signs, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Dark oak wood trapdoors back. We're going to go and close each one of these trapdoors like this along the side here. And on these last 2 gray concrete blocks here, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood signs. We're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 of stone brick walls going back, and a dark oak wood sign on the first stone brick wall right there. Moving to the inside here, we're going to go ahead and start off by going ahead and counting back. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to go back to our 9th concrete block here. We're going to place down a gray concrete block here in the middle, and then a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spruce wood planks back like that. And then we're going to go ahead and do a row of 1, 2, 3 gray concrete blocks, 2 stone brick walls, and then on the side here we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor and a dark oak wood sign like so. Our next row here, we're going to go ahead and go up to this gray concrete block, place down 1 more over, row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks back, followed by 1, 2, 3 gray concrete blocks, and then a stone brick wall like that on the end here, like so. We then want to go ahead and go to our center row. We're going to place down a gray concrete block, followed by row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 spruce wood planks back, 2 gray concrete blocks, and then a stone brick wall here on the very end there, just like that. And after that's all complete there, that is going to pretty much wrap it up for this layer. You're going to go and basically do the same thing over to the other side, and you'll have a basis here that looks something like this. Again, you can leave this space open if you want, or you can fill it in. Doesn't really matter. Either way will work. But anyways, that right there is it for layer 3, and let's move on to layer 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer 4. Now layer 4 is going to be a bit of a hybrid layer. We're going to build the first half of the ship on-off, basically one layer on, one side on, one side off. And then the whole back half is where we start to get into some of the superstructure and some of the complicated stuff, so we're going to go and basically do that section together. So to begin with, for layer 4, we're going to place down a gray concrete block on top of this stone brick stair right here, and then we're going to place down an upside down stone brick stair coming off that gray concrete block. We're going to place down 1 additional gray concrete block back, followed by a long row of spruce wood planks going back. This row in total is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 blocks back, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a gray concrete block, like that on the end there. With that done, we're going to go ahead and then go back up to the front and start working our way out to the sides. We're going to place down a skeleton skull on the side of this gray concrete block, followed by a stone brick upside stair. Coming off the face of the stone brick stair, we're going to place down an item frame and a crossbow rotated around so it faces downward for the anchor. We're going to then place down a row of 1 and 2 stone brick walls, followed by 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do 3 gray concrete blocks back. We then want to go ahead and go to the side here. We're going to place down 2 skeleton skulls, and then a stone brick upside down stair, and then a second stone brick stair after it. We then want to go ahead and place down a row of 1 and 2 stone brick walls after those blocks. And we're going to then place down 1, 2, 3, 4 gray concrete blocks on the side here, a stone brick wall to the side, followed by 1, 2 back, and then a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 gray concrete blocks back, and then we're going to just bring it across and connect to the middle there. Now along the sides here, we're also going to go ahead and grab dark oak wood buttons, and for the portholes, we're going to place down dark oak wood buttons on the sides here of all these gray concrete blocks, and it's going to go all the way along the side here that we can putting up here. So just these 3 blocks, and then these 7 blocks right here, we're going to place down the dark oak wood buttons. Now once we get to this point right here, we are basically free to kind of do what we basically free to fill the space in. So we're going to completely fill the space in with spruce wood planks, to fill in our gaps here for the deck, and also we can switch out the blocks behind these stairs for spruce wood planks as well. So basically, looking at it, we should have something that looks just like this from up above here. If you want to, I would recommend taking a moment to pause the video here and to copy the right side over to the left side, so you have basically the whole complete. And we're going to go ahead and jump into starting to do all these back details here for the superstructure and turrets and stuff like that. So anyways, that's it for the half on half off. Let's go ahead and jump into the back section here. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our superstructure. To go ahead and get started here, we're going to place down a stone brick stair on both sides just like this. We're going to then go to the middle space here, place down a gray concrete block, and then a stone brick wall to both sides. Coming off these stone brick walls, going forward, we're going to place down a stone pressure plate to both sides. We then want to go ahead and place down a gray concrete block, coming off those two stone pressure plates, going forward. And then coming off those blocks, we're going to place down a stone brick wall to both sides of those gray concrete blocks. We also want to place down a stone cutter coming off the sides here of those stone brick walls. And we're going to place down a dark fence gate opened up toward the stone cutter like that for a AA gun. Once we have that all done there, we're going to go ahead and place down another gray concrete block in that spot right there. We're going to go ahead and grab iron bars. So we're going to place down an iron bar in between these gray concrete blocks to the sides of these ones, and then one right here to this side as well. And we're going to then take our redstone repeaters here, and we're going to place down redstone repeaters like this, or sorry, rather like this here, between these iron bars, and also to the sides here. And we're going to make sure we spread these notches as far apart as we can, just like that. After that's done, we're going to then place down another gray concrete block, like so. And we're going to go ahead and place down a daylight detector, turn to the night mode, next to it on both sides. We're going to go ahead and place down another gray concrete block here, followed by a stone brick wall to both sides, a row of 3 gray concrete across, gray concrete block in the middle here, and a stone brick wall again to both sides. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a brick stair and a red concrete block. We're going to place down a red concrete block followed by an upside down stair like so, a stone brick stair coming off the red concrete block like that, and also a stone brick stair to both sides of this red concrete block like that. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a skeleton skull, which is going to be coming off the sides here of this stone brick stair, and also the sides of this red concrete, or this brick upside down stair, sorry. We then want to go ahead and grab our dark oak fence gates. We're going to place down 1 and 2 fence gates coming off this stair like so. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a redstone repeater on both sides here with the notches spread apart like that. And we also want to go ahead and take stone buttons and place down stone buttons here on top of those 2 spruce wood planks. Now going ahead and backtracking a little bit, we're going to go ahead and go to this section here. We're going to place down a white bed to both sides for some lifeboats, followed by a redstone repeater after those beds, again to both sides there. And we're going to go ahead and also skip a space and place down our redstone repeater in this section right here. And again, we're going to spread the notches apart like that. We then can go ahead and grab ourselves some spruce wood pressure plates, and for the deck, we're going to go ahead and place down a spruce wood pressure plate here, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 pressure plates back. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we want to go ahead and cut into this section here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now with that out of the way, for the seaplane catapult here, we're going to place down a stone brick slab in the center, followed by 1 and 2, 1 and 2, daylight detectors out to both sides, and we're going to change those to night mode. We then want to place down 1 and 2 spruce wood pressure plates, 1, 2, and then 1 right here. We're going to then follow that up by placing down a stone brick stair on the end here, and for the very back, we're going to place down a end rod on top of the stone brick wall, and then 2 iron bars, just so we don't have to worry about that later. And that right there will be the end for the back there. And with that, that is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 4 for the build. As you can see, we start to get some of the superstructure detailing going on, and we have basically the whole portion of the ship actually complete. Anyways, that is it right there for layer number 4 for the build, and let's go ahead and move on to layer number 5. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down an end rod on the stone brick stair in the front here, followed by 2 iron bars going up from it. We're going to then go back from it with a spruce wood pressure plate, and then a redstone repeater with the notches spread apart like so. We then want to place down an item frame on top of these 2 stone brick upside down stairs, followed by a black concrete block in those item frames, and we're also going to place down a dark liquid button on the tops here of those stairs. We're going to go ahead and then place down a spruce pressure plate on top of these two stone brick walls, and in the middle space here, we want to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 redstone dust pieces back, a stone button, and then a redstone dust piece out to both sides like this, followed by a redstone repeater right after those redstone dust spots, just like that. Once that's done, we're going to then skip a space, going back, so we're going to place down a stone brick stair here. Coming off that stone brick stair, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood fence gates, coming off of like so going forward, and then we want to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull to both sides of the stone brick stair. From this point, we're going to go ahead and grab our black concrete, and for the turret markings, we're going to place down a black concrete block, and also a nether brick upside down stair coming off the black concrete block. To both sides of the black concrete block, we're going to place down a stone brick stair to both sides, and then a skeleton skull to both sides of that nether brick stair like that. Once we have that done, we're going to then place down a gray concrete block here, followed by a second one, and then we're going to take our stone brick walls and place down 2 stone brick walls to both sides like that. We're going to place down another gray concrete block here in the middle, and we're going to follow this up by then grabbing ourselves an anvil. We're going to place down an anvil here to both sides, and a end rod coming off the anvils like that. Next row here, we're going to place down a row of 3 of gray concrete across, followed by a second row of 3. Or actually, my bad, it's going to be a spruce wood plank here in the middle, and then a gray concrete block to both sides. We'll go ahead and then place down an anvil to both sides, followed by an end rod coming off the anvil as well. Also, on the side of the anvil, we're going to place down a gray banner, just like that. Once that's done, we're going to then place down a row of 3 of spruce wood planks, and then a gray concrete block to both sides. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing again. Gray concrete block to both sides, row of 3 of spruce wood planks, and we're going to go ahead and then place down an anvil to both sides, like so, with an end rod coming off the anvil like that. Once we have that done to that point, we're going to grab ourselves some spruce wood pressure plates. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 along the side here, and same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After that, we're going to then place down a gray banner on the side of the anvil. Same thing over here. We then want to take our spruce wood planks. We're going to place down a row of 5 across, followed by a stone brick wall to both sides. We're going to then place down another row of 5 of spruce wood planks across, followed by a gray concrete block to both sides. We're going to go ahead and place down another row of spruce wood planks across. Again, a stone brick wall to both ends. Also on this gray concrete block, we're going to place down a dark liquid button, like that. We're going to place down another row of 5 of spruce wood planks across, followed by an anvil, like this on both sides. And actually it can be a row of 3 of spruce wood planks, and then a gray concrete block on both ends, and then a anvil, like that, followed by an end rod coming off the side there of the anvil. We then want to place down a gray banner on the side of the anvil as well. After that, we're going to then place down a gray concrete block like this to both sides, row of 3 of spruce wood planks, and we want to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of gray concrete blocks, anvil to both sides here, and a end rod coming off the sides here of those anvils like that. And also on the side of the anvils themselves, we're going to place down gray banners. For this section here, we're going to place down a gray concrete block, stone brick wall to both sides. We then want to place down a stone brick wall on top of these ones right here. And we're also going to place down daylight detectors on top of these 2 gray concrete blocks and turn them into night mode. We're going to go ahead and take iron bars. We're going to place down 1 right here, row of 3 across, and 1 right here. So you kind of have a cross shape here with your iron bars. We're also going to take end rods, and going off of these stone brick walls, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 end rods going back, followed by a skeleton skull. And over here, we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 end rods going back, and then a skeleton skull there on the end. We're going to then go back to this section here. We're going to place down a daylight detector on this block, turn it to night mode. We then want to place down a stone brick upside down stair here, gray concrete block, stone brick stair to both sides of that gray concrete block, and also come off this side here. skeleton skulls come off the sides of these stairs. And we're going to then place down a dark oak fence gate coming off the front of the stairs, just like that. After that is all done there, we're going to go ahead and skip back to the rear here. On top of this crane, for the back, we're going to place down a stone brick wall, a dark oak wood fence gate coming off it like so toward the front, and we're also going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood sign on both sides of the wall. And we're going to then take an an iron bar and place it coming off this fence gate just like that for the rear there. And once you have that all done there, that is going to wrap up what we have for layer 5. That will probably be our longest layer just due to the amount of superstructure we were working on right here. But it kind of all gets easier from building that up and everything with that. Anyways, that right there is it for layer number 5. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 6. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 6. For layer 6 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a stone brick stair on top of this gray concrete block. Like we did before, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood fence gates coming off of it like so, and have the fence gates opened up toward the stair. We then want to place down a skeleton skull to the side here of the stair on both sides like that. We're going to take our black concrete again, place down a black concrete block and another brick upside down stair. We then want to go ahead and place down a stone brick stair on the side of this black concrete block, and we're going to follow that up by placing down a skeleton skull on both sides of this brick upside down stair as well. We then want to go ahead and go into our creative menu. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a white bed and also an item frame. We're going to place down an item frame on the side of the stair here, a white bed rotated around on its side, same thing over here as well, like this to go ahead and make basically some life rafts mounted onto the sides of the turret. After that's complete, we're going to go ahead and then place down a gray concrete block here in the middle. And coming off that block to both sides, we're going to place down an anvil, and then a end rod coming off the anvil, like so. We then want to place down a stone brick slab. That is going to be after that, so stone brick top slab. And we're going to place down a gray concrete block here in the middle again, followed by a stone brick wall to both sides of it like so. We're going to place down another gray concrete block back, another stone brick wall to both sides, and we also want to go ahead and place down a spruce pressure plate, which is going to go on top of this section here and also on top of this anvil like that. So same thing over there out to the sides. On this space right here, we're going to place down another anvil to both sides and an end rod coming off the sides there of those anvils. We're going to place down a spruce pressure plate right here to both sides again, item frame, and in that item frame we're going to place down a white bed rotated around the side, same thing over here. So just like that. And we're going to place down a spruce pressure plate on top of this anvil as well. After that, we're going to then place down a anvil on top of this stone brick wall to both sides, and rod coming off of it like that. We then want to go ahead and go to the middle space here, and for the middle, we're going to take our iron bars. We're going to place down a row of 3 across. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab a redstone repeater. We're going to place down a redstone repeater right here in this space, and then a gray concrete block. To the sides here, we're going to place down a iron trapdoor next to this anvil, and on the side of the iron trapdoor, we're going to place down a dark oak sign. Same thing over here. And we're going to place down another anvil right here, followed by another end rod. Same thing over here, anvil, and an end rod. We then want to go ahead and go behind the anvil, and we're going to place down a stone brick wall to both sides, just like that. Now once that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a redstone repeater on the space here, not just far apart like so. We're going to grab some quartz stairs and slabs. We're going to place down a quartz stair here, quartz full block, and a quartz slab. Same thing over here, quartz stair, full block, and slab. And the space in between here, we're just going to fill in with a row of 3 of iron bars. On top of this gray concrete block, we're going to place down an additional one, and we're going to then take some beds, and we're going to place down a white bed on top of these anvils. So one right here, and one right here for our lifeboats there. And with that done, going ahead and moving back to this section, we're going to place down a stone brick wall to both sides here. We're going to then place down a row of 3 of iron bars and then 1 out both sides, so just kind of continuing this pattern up. At this point too, we can also go ahead and grab ourselves some barrier blocks, and for the cranes here, coming off these stone brick walls, we're going to place down Actually, we're going to go ahead and skip that. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it just while we're at it. On top of these stone brick walls, we're going to place down a skeleton skull. And then come off the skeleton skull, we're going to place down 1 and 2 barrier blocks. And then we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 barrier blocks. Like that. We're going to place down two stone buttons on the side here. 1 and 2 on top, and then 2 to the side. Like that going down. So the cabling here for the crane. And we're going to go ahead and just do the same thing over here as well. So pretty simple little design here. And just like that. So we have our cables there for the cranes. Pretty simple stuff. And with that done, we're going to then go to our turret here. We're going to place down a daylight detector on top of that skeleton skull. Then 1, 2, and 3. Daylight detectors back. We're going to go and turn these to the night mode. And those right there will be basically our launcher that's mounted on top of the turret there for our seaplanes. And then moving to the back here, we're going to go and very simply place down a iron trapdoor on top of this dark oak fence gate, a stone brick slab coming off it, just like that. And that's going to complete the crane there on the back. And with that out of the way, that is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 6. Or sorry, layer number 5. Actually, no, is it layer 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, layer 6. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 7. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 7. For layer 7 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a gray concrete block on top of this one right here, so right after this turret. And then come off of it, we're going to place down a iron trapdoor. So, iron trapdoor coming off it toward the front. We're going to go ahead and then place down a second gray concrete block back from it. And we're going to go ahead and grab a stone cutter, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a stone cutter coming off both sides of this gray concrete block. After that, coming off the stone cutter, we're going to place down a dark oak fence gate to both sides like so. We're going to place down another dark oak gray concrete block here, stone brick wall to both sides. We're going to place down another gray concrete block back, and a stone brick stair this time, upside down coming off both sides like so. And then on the back here, we're just going to place down one iron bar located right there. When we get to this section here, we're going to place down another gray concrete block on top of this one, and one also on top of this one. Going to the sides here, we're going to place down an anvil on top of this stone brick wall to both sides, and we're going to go ahead and wrap skeleton tools around these 3 sides of the anvil like that. We're going to then take iron trapdoors, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 iron trapdoors coming off that anvil. 1, 2, and 3 going back, and then we're going to go ahead and just place down an iron bar on the ends there, like so. After that, we're going to go to these iron bars, and we're just going to go ahead and bring this up another level. So just like that, we're going to bring that up one more. And with that all done, that is going to do it there for layer number 7. And with that, actually one last thing, on the sides here of this gray concrete block, we're going to go ahead and place down a item frame, followed by a white bed in the item frame like this. Same thing over here, with a white bed in it, just like that. And with all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer 7. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 8. Moving on to our next layer, we'll be moving on to layer 8. For layer 8, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, which is going to go ahead and go on top of this gray concrete block, so right here. And we also want to go ahead and grab a lever, and we're going to place down a lever on top of this iron trapdoor. After this slab here, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, and then 1 and 2 gray concrete blocks back. On the side of this gray concrete block here, we're going to place down a skeleton skull. Or sorry, my bad, it's going to be a dark oak fence gate, opened up toward the gray concrete block, and then a skeleton skull like this out to both sides. And we're going to then place down a end rod on top of this stone brick upside down stair. Across the back here, we're going to place down a stone brick slab on top of the iron bar, and we want to go and then grab birchwood stairs, and we're going to place down a birchwood stair to both sides of those slabs. Around the stairs, we're going to go and wrap dark oak signs, so just like that. Once we have that done, we're going to place down a stone brick wall on top of these anvils, and on both sides of these stone brick walls, we're going to go and grab a item frame and also a tripwire hook. We're going to place down an item frame on the sides here of this stone brick wall and a tripwire hook in those item frames. Same thing over here on this side as well, like so. And we're going to then place down a gray concrete block on top of this one and also on top of this one. Now, just so that we can knock the cranes out and not have to worry about them later, we're going to place down a skeleton skull on top of those 2 stone brick walls there. And like we did before, we're going to go and grab ourselves some barrier blocks. We're going to place down 1 barrier block coming off the skull, and then 1 and 2 like this. Stone button on the side here, 1 on top, and 1 on the side. Again, same thing over here. 1 barrier block like this, 2 down here, 1 button on the side, 1 on top, and 1 to the side like that. And then on the very tip here, we're going to just very simply place down a skeleton skull on top of this iron bar like that to both sides there. And that's going to do it there for the mid-section cranes. Going ahead and moving back to this section, we're just going to place down another row of iron bars going up. So just continuing this rear mast like so. And with that, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 8. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 9. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 9. For layer 9 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and place down a gray concrete block, which is going to go on top of this one right here. We then want to place down a placeholder block here in the middle, and we're going to place down a skeleton skull to both sides of that block, and then we're going to delete it. So you have something that looks like this here for the front. And then to both sides of that gray concrete block, we're going to place down a stone brick wall. Now around, or coming off the sides here of these blocks toward the front, we're going to place down item frames, and in those item frames we're going to place down black beds. Make sure the black beds are rotated around so that the pillows facing downwards and the black facing upwards. We're going to also place down item frames on the side of these stone brick walls and do the same exact thing. With that done, we're going to place down a gray concrete block there in the middle, a stone brick stair to both sides of that gray concrete block, and coming off that stone brick stair, we're going to place down a skeleton skull like so. We then want to place down a stone brick top slab coming off this gray concrete block toward the rear. Once we have that all done, we're going to grab our nether brick stairs. We're going to place down a nether brick stair on top of this gray concrete block here, and we're going to rotate or wrap dark oak signs around the side of the stair. We're going to go to this back pillar here and do the same exact thing. So just like this. And then we're going to build up our iron bars here, up 1 more level. And we're going to go ahead and also at this level, we're going to take iron trapdoors. We're going to place down iron trapdoors here in the corners, all the way around. And coming off those iron trapdoors, we're going to place down item frames like so. And in those item frames, we're going to place down snowballs. And those will be like the giant spotlights here on this mast. And also for this mast here, we're going to place down dark oak signs on these sides here of the iron trapdoors. So just like that. And once we have that all done, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer 9. And with that, we're going to move into our final layers, which will consist of layers 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So with that, let's go ahead and move into our last final layers. Alright guys, moving into our final layers to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to the top of the climbing tower here in the front. To begin with, we're going to place down an iron bar right here, followed by a skeleton skull on top of these 2 stone brick walls, just like that. We also want to go ahead and place down a placeholder block coming off this iron bar, and we're going to place down a skeleton skull to both sides of it, just like that. Now, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 1 iron bar here in the center, and then we're going to go ahead and place down an observer block to both sides. So, gotta cheese it a little bit so that we get the face of the observer facing outwards like that, and same thing over here as well. So just like that, and we have the faces of the observer block facing out toward the outsides. We're going to go ahead and also place down an iron bar right here, and then coming off that iron bar, we're going to place down a item frame. And in that item frame, we want to go and place down a snowball. So just like that. Going ahead and building up from this, we're going to go and place down 1, 2, 3 iron bars, and then 1 on both sides there to create that kind of cross section there. Up on top here, we're going to place down a smooth quartz block in the center, followed by a smooth quartz stair to both sides, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a diorite wall come off the front here, and a skeleton skull come off the back. Now around the side of the stairs here, we're going to go ahead and place down item frames, and in those item frames we want to go ahead and place down black beds, and we're going to have them rotated so that the pillows are facing downwards. So that's going to go all the way around here, like so. and in the back here as well, just like that. Now after that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down a stone brick wall on top of the skeleton skull, smooth quartz slab, iron trapdoor to both sides here, and a skeleton skull like that. We then want to place down a row of 3 of iron bars across the top here, followed by the second row of 3 on top of them, like so. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some end rods. We're going to place down one end rod coming up both sides of the skeleton skull, and then an additional end rod like this coming off this one, going back at an angle like so. And also coming off this stone brick wall here, we're going to place down one end rod facing backwards. That's going to do it there for our front mast, and moving into our rear mast. So for this, we're just going to go ahead and place down another stack of iron bars going up, and we're going to do one more after that. So just like that. And then we get to this point here, we're going to go ahead and place down a smooth quartz block, a quartz stair to both sides here, direct wall coming off it like that. Around the quartz stairs, we're going to wrap iron trapdoors. And just like we did for the front here, we're going to place down black beds in those item frames. And rotate them around so the pillows are facing downwards. So you go all the way around like so. And like that. And we want to go ahead and then place down a skeleton skull here on the back, followed by 2 end rods coming off the skeleton skull out to the side. And then on top of the skeleton skull, we're going to place down an end rod, followed by 2 iron bars up. So 1 and 2. After that, we want to go ahead and place down a smooth quartz slab on top here, iron trapdoor to both sides, and then a skeleton skull on top of this direct wall. And that right there is going to do it for our 2 masts. The last thing we have left to do here is to go ahead and take our barrier blocks and go ahead and do some rigging. So if you do have access to barrier blocks, then this is perfect. If you do not have access to barrier blocks, then just kind of disregard this, as there really isn't any replacement for what we're doing here. But very simply, we're going to go ahead and go from this end rod and connect it to the other end rod for the rear mast here with a row of 6 barrier blocks going across like this. And it's just in a straight line going back, and on the sides here, we're going to place down 6 stone buttons. Same thing over here, just like that, and it kind of gives us a bit of a rigging look to the ship. Going ahead and going for the front here, we're going to be going ahead and basically doing our stacks of blocks going up here. So for this, we're going to go ahead and start off with a row of 2 barrier blocks. We're going to go and then go to a row of 3, followed by a row of 2, a row of 3, a row of 2, or sorry, a second row of 3, my bad, and then it's going to go up and connect at a row of 2. So we'll wait for it to kind of settle out here and look how it's supposed to look. So that's what it should look like here from the side. And then for our buttons, we're going to place down a stone button on the side, top, side, side, top, side, top, side, side, or side, top, top, side, top, top, side, and top. And that right there will pretty much complete the look here for the West Virginia, and that would complete my tutorial here for the USS West Virginia Colorado-Class battleship in the 1941 configuration. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial, and if you do end up using it, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be thanked from the side of the build link to my channel, as long as you guys give me proper credit for it for using it for projects you guys are working on. You know, just give credit, put a sign on it, link this video or anything if you put it on any social media sites. It's pretty simple. Just, you know, mention my name and you're good to go. Anyways, that right there is going to do it. Thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been DerekFrostWestbrook, and I'll see you guys next time.